You have heard about AI. Probably you have even look at it in a little bit. Maybe you have checked on website. You know it can probably answer calls for your for your venue. It can book appointments. It can answer calls, but you still haven't figured out, and every time that you try to do this you hit a wall, right? Do you need a chatbot? Do you need a voice agent? Do you even need to rebuild your website first? Do you need some kind of software? Even if you need that kind of software, you still question, how does the AI agent know anything to do with my venue, right? Here is the truth. Most event venue owners who have either installed AI agent or are looking to install AI agents in their business, they are not failing because of the AI. They are failing because of this one thing, or because they have skipped steps when it comes to AI agent, right? And today I'm going to show you these exact three stages that every event venue owner who is trying to deploy an AI agent into their venue should follow before, during, and after installing or deploying AI agent. All right, so right now in this video I want you to stay all the way, because we are going to know exactly which stage you are. I said there are three stages, and you are going to know at the end of the video which stage you are, and more importantly what to do next. So if you are a wedding venue, if you are a banquet, if you are an event venue, or even rooftop venue, this specifically is for you. So stay, because this video is the video I wished I had when I was implementing AI for my venue, and also being able to help other event venue owners with the same. So let's step back a little bit, because I want to discuss and show you why exactly this roadmap, because there's a roadmap of 3 steps that I have built on how to successfully deploy an AI agent inside of your business. So when I started building AI, first of all, I did build my AI agent. Again, my name is Nelly Sogogo. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, where I have operated a venue for the last 3 years. And now with the rise of AI, we are in the AI era, and we know every business should be leveraging AI. Like right off top, if you are not leveraging AI, it should be actually very scary. But anyway, so when I started in the beginning of implementing the AI reception for my venue, I noticed very quickly that some of the AI agents used to have very flawless, like they would answer the calls very efficiently. They would respond to the client's question very eloquently. They did not hesitate. They did not give very vague answers. And so when I tried to look into difference between a successful AI agent that has been installed in a specific venue versus the one that are struggling, or the ones that are saying, hey, AI doesn't work for my business, it came down to one thing, and this thing is preparation. Okay, so the venue that has succeeded doing the groundwork. Okay, what do I mean by groundwork? This is where their website was set in a way that gives AI something to work with. Let's talk about AI, because AI is just a tool. Okay, you have to feed it the right information. And so if your website, you venue owners, right, we have a website. If your website is not well equipped to handle AI, or handle the question that the customers, when they're coming to your website, can answer, even your AI agent cannot be able to handle that. So if you do the groundwork, which we're going to be talking about here today, that you have your policies published, you have the FAQs, you have a follow-up process already mapped out, then your venue will not struggle like these venues did. So I built this three-stage roadmap to make sure that this, as you move forward, if you're somebody who has not implemented or have not deployed AI agent for your venue, that now you have a path to look exactly where you are, and you can go back and fix those things. If you're somebody who have not deployed yet, then this is a good start, because now you know exactly where to start. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen here quickly, so I can share with you how those stages look like, and we're gonna go over them. And more so, I want to I want to go even a little bit deeper to explain exactly which stage and what that stage looks like. Okay, so let's talk about the first stage, right? If you see on this side, we have 3 stages. We have the foundation, right? We have the foundation, which is getting your website AI ready. This is the most important part that you can do if you're gonna use or you're going to leverage AI in your business. Just coming from somewhere and installing AI agent and you haven't done the groundwork, it's no use. It's not gonna help your business. So the first stage is getting your website ready. Now let's talk about the second stage. The second stage is what we call the build. Okay, this is setting up and training your AI agent. Again, I just said a moment ago that AI is just a tool that we can leverage, yeah? And you have to tell AI exactly what you want it to do, right? It still does not have the human brain. You as the venue owner, you are the one who knows exactly what your business need or what your business does. What are what are your policies? What are your established FAQs? Only you can do that. So we need to build and train our AI agents on exactly how we want it to respond when these people or the leads find you on Google, find you on Facebook, find you on Instagram. How do you want them to how do you want your AI employee, because this is your employee, how do you want them to respond or answer questions faster, right? And then the final stage is the engine. This is also the most important. This is where you are doing automation. This is where you are doing a follow-up. This is where you have to optimize. And this is so important because just to talk about this, a lot of people we think that we have a marketing problem, right? And we are out there marketing, and we pour more traffic, we pour more energy into into the traffic, but we have not set up the system to handle the traffic that is coming in. And so this is where the engine is so important. We're gonna get to that here in a bit, but let's go stage by stage so that it can make sense for you. All right, so stage 1, this is the foundation, right? So stage 1 is all about making sure your website has the right content, okay? Has the right content so that your AI agent can pull that information from your website. Okay, so think about this. If I come to your website, right, think not even with having AI, just basically, if I go right now on your website and I'm looking to know, what are your policies, what are your what are your packages looks like. I know even venue owners, we have the hesitant of showing our prices, but at least show me some starting point, right? And so when we are building our website, there are some key important things that we need our website to answer. Okay, and this is important because just to a key tip here is we are going into what we are moving away from SEO engine optimized to geographical optimized engine, meaning people are going to be in ChatGPT, people are going to Gemini, people are going to all these AI driven sites, right? And they are typing exactly what they are looking for. And so if your business, let's say for example, they are looking for a business in their area, local area where they are, and they are saying exactly how many people their venue, they are looking for a venue that has the specific the capacity of that venue. If yours is not published, it's not going to come up in the search. So we want also to be very AI search ready, not just SEO ready, but also AI search ready. All right. So stage 1, we are going to again, I'm having my notes so that we can. I don't want to lose my thought process. But so the number 1, we need to build a solid FAQ. Okay, so this is our frequently answered questions. And how do you know about this? If you have been operating a venue for the last how many years, you have probably been asked the same question over and over again. I suggest that you go back and look at the question, what are the questions people ask you? right? And I'm gonna have a template for you. Most of the questions are for me that I have gathered over the years and put together, because I know this question they are asking all the time. So you put it in a process, right? Instead of just answering manual, now you are helping your AI agent to be able to answer the question very quickly, handle the questions, handle the booking. Next thing is they are in the tour, right? So these FAQs are very good FAQ page that is ready for AI. Should have at least these questions, right? So what is your venue capacity? This is so important, right? Like most of the time and again, go back into your consumer mind. When you are looking for a venue, what do you normally ask the venue? You ask them, hey, I'm looking to hold an event on the day of November 14. What's your capacity? That's the question they ask, because they want to know if your venue can hold their guest number before they even book a tour. So imagine you have already taken care of this question in your website. So make sure that your website have an FAQ page that is handling the venue capacity. The second thing that I would include there is, do you allow outside catering? That's another question, because there are venues that do not do this. There are venues that do not do this. There are venues who do this. So do you do that? So that's the second question. The third question is, what's included in your rental fee? I know this should make sense, but let me tell you, this is one of the biggest discussion. Oh, does the rental fee include the taxes? Does it include the security deposit? Make them clear? Like prepare your website to be to handle these redundant questions that you get asked all the time, right? The other thing that you can include is, do you have a preferred vendor list? Yes, I actually recommend that every time that you establish a relationship with a vendor person around your area, publish that on your website. Create a profile for your vendor, because the number one thing is it brings traffic to you first of all, but it also shows you how prepared you are, right? And right now with AI it's very, very picky. It's picking the best venue that has all the data that it needs to be able to help a customer. So don't hide the list behind a email or whatever. Publish them, say this is our preferred list. And a tip here, if you're somebody who do social media content, make sure that you can shout out your vendors every month. If you add a new one, shout at them on your social media. It's going to do an amazing thing for your business. The other thing is their parking lot. Okay, this is another thing that people don't publish on their website. It's important that when you are preparing. Think about this. This is your you already probably have a VA, but this is now you are training a VA specifically. You are transitioning the role of a VA to AI agent. You have to make them ready. And the good thing about this is that you are training this AI once, and they are going to be answering the calls for you. So can we bring our own alcohol? That's another good question. What time can we access the venue for setup? That question, I usually get that even after they book, and you have already told them that their time slot is like this. They want to bed they want to bed lows, like you have it published. Okay, do you have a bridal suit or get ready? The other question they do ask is, do you have kitchenette? Again, I have a checklist of all readiness AI readiness checklist that is going to have all these questions and also have some template for this. All right, so write about 15 to 20 FAQ questions. Okay, this is good and the more detailed the better. This is going to help you in the second stage that we are going to be doing the build of your AI and your knowledge base, because now you are telling your AI you're ready. You can answer the question for me. You can handle your role very well. Think about the training over when you train your VA. How long does it take? you train them on your SOPs. So think about this as an SOP. Okay. The second thing is publish your policies. Okay. For example, if you have some cancellation policies, rescheduling policies, anything to do with let's say alcohol policies around it, anything about the weather, make sure that you feed that. Okay. So again, this idea is you can have a page, you can have a FAQ page, then you can have a policies page, so that AI can pick that. So a client would come up with a question: hey, what is your cancellation policy if I booked an event and then 3 months down the line I don't want to do the event? How do you handle that? Now make sure that you have that on your website, because now when they are talking with your AI agent can pull from that, and I'm going to show you exactly how to build that. Okay. Then the another thing that, and I think this is also, I remember for me, even in the beginning of my event venue business, I struggled with this, right? Because there are so many, how can I put it? There are so many, how can I say? There are many ideas around it. People are fighting against it. There are people for it. This is about creating a detailed pricing and packaging page. Okay, people don't want to publish their prices on their website. They want the client, when they come in, you talk about the prices. There are two caveats to that, right? But right now we are in the let me tell you, and I like to think this about, for me, I like to put myself in the consumer mindset when I'm looking for something, right? And especially venues, the high ticket, because a venue having an event in a venue is a high ticket, right? And so when I'm busy comparing venues around maybe around midnight, when I wake up and I'm looking for venues, I want to know at least the starting point, right? It doesn't have to be a final amount, but at least starting point, so that you can start comparing and knowing exactly where you are. That's a consumer, and most venue owners, most people who book venues, they are moms, right? And moms are usually not even budget, they are very conscious about their decision when it comes to money. So you want to give them a starting point. Also, if you want AI to be able to answer, if you want AI agent to be able to answer what are your prices, because that's a big question. Okay, that's a big question. Have you ever run an ad on Facebook, and when your ad is running, all the comments in the ad are saying prices, what are the prices? Again, that's redundant. But if you have educated your AI agent with your starting point, then you get covered, right? So write a very well detailed pricing packages. Have starting point. You can have the starting, the middle, and the third again. And then there is psychology behind it, which you can talk about it on another video, how you can make sure that those three stages, how do you make them psychologically for them to choose the right one that you want them to choose. Okay. Another thing here, we also want to have a detailed description of our venue. Don't be vague, don't be cute. Be very detailed. Say where you are located, say your address, say we are located in whichever city. Have the address, have the another thing that I noticed that works very well is including, as we talked about, including the capacity of your venue, but also describe what is in your venue. If you have 3 bathrooms, if you have ADH compliant, if you have you have an extra room where they can do their changing, make sure you're describing those things. Because let me tell you, when AI is comparing between two venues, when somebody goes on ChatGPT and says, hey ChatGPT, I'm looking for a venue around this city, please give me the top 3 venues that I should look into this weekend. It's going to do its algorithm, and it's going to report back to the venue that has more data. So this is why I'm telling you, don't take this lightly. Don't just install an AI agent and be gone, and you have checked that off the list. Do the assignment, do this thing, and your AI agent gonna be efficiently doing the work for you. Okay. And then also add some testimonials. If you can be able to feed Google RLC feed into your website, like whenever a Google review happens live, it feeds back. That's a good point. If you have if you have somebody who maintain your website, you can have them update your website with reviews. That also shows you as a good person on especially with AI agent search, right? And also AI can pull those while you are it's responding to people who have code to talk about your venue. Okay, now that was stage 1. Let's talk about stage 2. Stage 2 is the build. Okay, stage 2 is a build. This is where we are building the knowledge base. Okay, so what's knowledge base? Let's pause right here. So the knowledge base, this is something that we are going to educate, we are going to feed, or we are going to there are several ways to build this. This is gonna be your AI brain. Okay, specifically for your venue, not any other venue, not generic chatbot on your website. No, this is AI brain, right? So and this is where all the work that we have done on the foundation is going to play a key role, because now we have created a knowledge base from your website where we are going to be able to scrape everything on all these pages. So we are going to scrape your FAQ, we are going to scrape your policies, we are going to scrape your what else did we talk about? We are going to scrape your testimonials, your reviews, we are going to scrape even the images. We are going to scrape all this and build this database. That's why we are calling it knowledge base, where now when somebody calls your venue, right? When somebody calls your venue and they are like, hey, I'm looking for a venue in the I'm looking for a venue in this area, and I'm looking for a venue that can host about 60 people. So your AI will go back in that knowledge base, whatever we have built, and it's going to check, have you put what's the capacity of your venue? Now I want you to start seeing opening, or have open mindset how this is working, because now if you have 70 people as your capacity and they are asking 80, your AI agent gonna respond, hey, our venue only hold about 70 people. If you, for example, there's another tip. If you work with sister venues, or you have other vendors who you work with as venues, you can tell them, hey, you can educate your venue, or you can educate your AI agent to say, hey, if they don't have the capacity, or their capacity is high, more than our venue, you can tell them, hey, we work with these 3 sister venues, can I send a list of those 3 venues? You see where that goes? Again, AI can be so I don't know how to put it. It can be so massive in your business, but if you feed it the right information. Okay, so that's one thing. So we are in the build phase. So now, where do you build the AI agent? Because again, maybe you're asking, Nelly, this is all good and amazing, but where am I building where am I building this thing? Where am I building this engine? Now, for me, the next step is you need to choose a platform, right? You have to choose a platform that is building AI agents. So for me, I used, like right now, I have built my AI agent in something called GoHighLevel. I don't know if you have heard about it, but this is a software that, it run automations, they have website, right now they have added AI agents, and this is where we are going to build the AI agent. This is where we are going to build this voice agent, chat agent, and so you need to build on a platform that can be able to handle those calls, okay, and not just calls, because as a venue we don't just receive calls, we receive forms. Somebody can find us on Google and type a form, and you want the AI agent to handle that as well, right? So you want to build on a platform that has it all in one solution to do that. So we use GoHighLevel. There's going to be a link here for you to to get started on it, and even a training on how to set it up. Okay, so now inside of GoHighLevel, or inside of the tool that you're going to use, you're gonna need to build your AI agent personality. Okay, and this is where you are telling this AI agent, hey, you are the receptionist of this event venue name, whichever. Now you can put your name there, right? And this is where you are going to give it a name. You can give it, like my AI agent, I call her Taylor. I don't know why I love the name Taylor, but I have, I give it the name Taylor. And so you give it a name, you tell it the personality, the voice. You can choose the various voice and which matches your venue. Like be very, however you want the person on the other end who is receiving that call or who is talking to the voice agent, how would they want your to be spoken. If you run a luxury venue, your AI should be warm, elegant, and attentive to detail. So you can give it a name, you can give it a personality, and then you can give it a goals, right? Again, I think I have another video. Maybe you can watch it. Which side am I? You can watch it here where I'm showing step by step on how to do it, like technically on the back end. Okay. Now feel it. Now inside of, once you give it the personality, you are going to give it goals, right? And inside of the goals, that's where you tell it, what to do. Like for example, for the goal of AI agent for us as a venue owners, because when somebody finds us on Google or when somebody calls us, there is only one goal that we want them to do. It's either to book. We want them to book a tour. So because the tour is our selling place, right? That's our selling point. So what the goal is, you educate the AI agent on what they need to do. Our goal is to book a tour. Yeah. So inside of what I have taught my AI agent, I tell them, hey, the first step is, you need to greet the person who called you, capture their name, capture their email, capture the event date. The event date is important. So use the event date to check if the data is available. If the data is available, then you move to the next step where we want them to book a tour, right? So you give it those goals, and you set up them inside of GoHighLevel. All right. The next thing, you can also set the just a simple question. For example, the way we talked about the event date, right? There's no point of talking anything else before you know if their date is available. So when they are talking, the first question, my voice agent, I tell them first, make sure the event date is available. So you're gonna connect your AI, you're gonna connect your GoHighLevel AI agent with your calendar, the calendar that you book events, so that when a date is already booked, the voice agent will say, hey, that date is not available, but these are the alternatives. This is crazy, because when you do this, you can be booking appointment while you are asleep. It's handling that. It's checking the event date. If the date is available, it close that case and it moved to the tour schedule. Hey, this date is available. Are you ready to would you like to do an in-person tour? Now it tells you, hey, we have tomorrow afternoon, we have tomorrow morning and afternoon. These are the two slots available. Which one would you want? Okay. So that's why I'm saying we need to connect with your calendar and embed that also. Embed that on your widget. We need to connect the calendar to our voice agent, so that they can use those calendars to be able to say, hey, the date is available, then let's book the tour. Okay. Now the final stage. The final stage is the aging. Okay. Remember what I said. This can be the build or break of your business, right? And a lot of people just focus on just getting the leads on the front end, but they don't have the back end, right? Let me tell you astonishing stat about people who do not follow up. They are about 78% of clients book with a vendor who will respond fast. How crazy is that, right? So you need to have a follow-up. You need to have a follow-up system. This is where automations comes in, okay? Because if you're somebody who is running all day long doing events, you do not have time to follow up manually. Can you imagine that you had an event on a Saturday, maybe even 2 or 3 events running back and forth, and at the same time leads are coming in. Okay, leads are coming in. You have like 5 leads. Oh my God, I remember this used to be one of the most stressful thing for me, is trying to catch up. Somebody called me. I was on the floor doing my events. I called them at maybe 2 hours later. That's how crazy it is. Even 2 hours later, they have already moved on, because this is what we call speed to lead conversion. Okay, speed to lead conversion. People do not care how beautiful your venue is. People do not care what it is that you are offering until you respond to them first. Can you imagine? I want you to know this because this is costing you, right? You spent $5,000 on ads to acquire that one client. Not even a client, is a lead. So maybe you have done ads, you have like 5 people who are very interested, who have done filled up their form on your website, everything they have done. Then they call you because you generated that lead. Google will charge you already because they filled the form, they did an event on your website, right? So imagine that yes, they called you, but you did not pick up. They were qualified, but you did not respond on time. Okay, that one. What about 2? What about 3? How many people are falling off the crack? Not just missed calls. Those are business that is falling off because you did not follow up. Now if you set up this right way, if you have this engine, now what happened with voice AI agent or having an AI receptionist, when they call, this does not matter if you are on the floor doing your event or not, or anything. That doesn't matter, because voice AI agent work for you 24/7. They already been educated about your venue. They know everything about your venue. So what's gonna happen when you call? 3 seconds, not even 5 seconds. 3 seconds, they pick up your phone. Hey, this is event venue name. I'm here to help you. How can I help you today? Hey, I'm looking for a venue for December 6th, and I'm looking for about 20 people for my baby shower. Is the date available? Hey, yeah, let me check. Let me hold on. Let me check if that date is available. When I'm in the meantime, can you give me your name and your email address so that I can follow up? That's what we are talking about, follow-up engine. So if you build this the right way, the moment the voice AI agent put the phone call ad, number one, they will follow up with your client. If they booked a tour, they will get reminders. Okay, if they booked, if they did not book, you can set up also a follow-up sequence, following up with them. Hey, you called us 3 days ago. We haven't heard from you. Do you still want to look at our venue? Some of these things we don't do. Anytime somebody does not book and we think, oh, they were not interested, and you're gone. No, it takes about 7 touches for somebody to convert. So I want you to think about that. How much money are you losing because you're not following up? So follow-up is super important. So what are the things that we want to set up when it comes to the engine, right? We want, first of all, if somebody comes into a venue, if they book a tour, they come to our venue, we want to have a thank you image or message. You can set it up automated, that immediately after the tour is done, 1 hour later, 2 hours later, send this message, follow up, ask question, how can we help? Did we answer all your question? And this is not being needy. This is just how business is. The money is in the follow-up. Actually, it's the fortune is in the follow-up. Okay. Then you can set also a recap of your pricing and packages. Also, this shows your client that you care, that you did not just leave them. Like you just leave that because they did a tour, you are done. No. And then you can follow up 3 days later, 4 days later, until that client tells you no, you need to follow up. Okay. And we can talk about this an advanced strategy where if they did not book, how can you keep them in your pipeline? By retargeting them. You can retarget them with better deals, or whatever is it that you have, a promotion that you have, you can retarget them just to keep them back into your funnel. All right. So again, going back, most venues don't do this. Okay, most venues don't do this. Another thing that we want to set up, so we have the follow-ups, we have the post tours. The other thing that we don't want to do is reviews. This also we can automate it, right? So I want you to think about this. So you have finished an event for somebody. You did an amazing job, right? The best businesses comes from people who can recommend your venue. That's where the best business, not any ad that you are not going to run is not going to bring you more business like people who review. Yes, I'm not saying you rely on reviews, but this is just one of your channel. You can automate reviews. And then also you can have your AI agent handle the reviews, responding the reviews on Google. So you do not have to do this manually. Again, as I said, AI can be powerful. It's how you choose to utilize this AI as your employee. Okay. So, and then the final one is you want to test, you want to do different, when you set up the AI, it's not gonna, I want to be honest with you, it's not gonna work from the first go. You need to test different things. Like, again, it's a brain, it's AI brain. We need to test it. We need to optimize it. So, for example, I'm gonna give you a good example. So, if AI, okay, let's say, for example, you have 2 slots in your venue, right? You usually had those event 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then you have another slot for 6 p.m. to midnight. Yeah. But another client calls in. This is a unique case, and they're like, hey, I'm looking to host my event on a 2 p.m. or at a 2 p.m. starting at 2 p.m. right? So you see that one, the AI agent only knows what you have set up on the calendar, because again, we are going to connect the AI agent with the event calendar based on the slot that you have said. That's the options your AI agent gives the client. But this is very custom. They're asking for 2 p.m. So what do you want it to do? So you are going to educate you, and you have to educate. You have to when I said about giving it a personality and goals. So in the goals, you want to add something about how to handle custom timing. Right? Maybe that's where you need to hand over to a human, or hand over to your VA, or hand over to you, transfer to somebody, or to transfer probably to your business phone or personal phone. So these scenarios will come up. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, so we have talked about 3 stages: the foundation, right? The build, the aging. I know it's too much, right? But this is what's going to prepare you, get your venue ready. I don't think a lot of people know about this, but this is how you are going to make it ready. Don't just be excited about it, make it ready, so that even when you are out, you are doing your thing and you are busy, you are confident that this AI employee, because again, this is your AI employee, they're handling your customers with a lot of confidence, right? So here's a question. Here's what I want to know from you. Which stage are you right now? If you don't have an FAQ page, policy page, you are in the starting stage. Okay, so don't skip it. Go, if you have somebody who handles your website, tell them, hey, we need to prepare an FAQ page or a policy page or whatever, right? If your website content is solid, but you haven't set up an AI agent, then you're stage 2. Some of us have just a chat widget, which says, hey, we will respond to you 24 hours from now. Let me tell you, 24 hours, they have already gone and forgotten about your venue. They will not even call back. That's how crazy it is. And with AI, it's not a matter if, it's a matter of when, because the venues around you, they are doing this. So if you have just a chat telling them, hey, we're gonna call you in 3 days or whichever, you're already late. Okay. And so if you have an AI, and then if you have an AI already that is running, and you are missing on automations, this is the next step for you. You need to automate some of these processes so that you can buy your time back and work efficiently, and you are not having those leaks. Those are what we call leaks. They are the leaky buckets. You are pouring so much on your ads, but then you are at the end of the month, you are like, what the heck? What went wrong here? Like I felt like I was busy, but no, you are not busy, because you were missing a lot on the follow-ups and automation, and even the reviews, because the reviews, again, as I mentioned, if you did a good job and somebody recommend you, and the first thing people will do before they book a venue, they will read your reviews. So if you are not updating those, if you are not automating those, then you are losing the business. So here's what you need to do right now. In the description below, there's going to be a checklist, AI readiness checklist. I want you to download it, grab it, download it, go step by step and check where you are, right? Check where you are, see exactly what you need to do, what are the pages that you are going to you need to add, right? I'm gonna also have a template for this. If you somebody who is like, I don't even have a website, because a lot of us also, I've been doing, let me tell you, in the last couple of weeks, I've been working with so many venue website, and some venues don't even have a website. They have added a Facebook page, a Facebook link into Google profile. Guys, let's be serious about our businesses. Let's be serious about our businesses. If you don't have a website, you need some type of landing page that is telling your customer exactly where to go. If you're just pushing them to Facebook page or TikTok, what are you telling them to do? Let me tell you something. People are like kids. They need to be told exactly what to do. So if they come to your page, you are the one who is telling them, next thing, hey, this book a tour, next thing, fill up a form, next thing, check availability. You need to take them along the journey, and you need to have that mapped out already. That's why we talked about in the beginning, have a clear follow-up process. Okay. So if number one, get the checklist below, download it, get started. Don't if you are in the middle of implementing AI, first put it on the on the side. Get the readiness. If you're somebody who want to say, hey Nelly, I want you to help me set up this as well, there's a link as well to book a call with me. I want to help you. I want to figure out where the stages we are, and that's where we are going to go from. Okay, we are not going to move from one stage onto the no. Let's do a clear audit on your business, see exactly where you are leaking, where you need to fix, which stages we need to deploy, and we go from there. Okay. And again, this channel specifically is for event venues. Again, I opened this channel because this is what I needed 5 years ago, actually 4 years ago, when I was trying to open my venue. I did not know any of this. So I'm looking back and I'm seeing what would I have wanted to have? And this is exactly what you have. This is your roadmap. And right now, especially, I'm focusing so much on AI because this is where we are going. All right, this is where we are going in the next couple of years. If you're not using AI, you're gonna be left behind. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you found this video helpful. Come back every week. I'll be posting every week a video around helping your venue grow with AI. I'll see you on the next video.